Hello, it is B. Sorry, I'm on my computer because I had a meeting that canceled. So I said, why not? I just do a video before I start to produce my show for the evening. So I'm going to remember to look at the camera as always. So I'm going to do the threshold 2025 tag. I not sure who did this. I'm assuming it's Celina from Essence of the Moon, but I'm not sure. I will double check that and put it in the comments. And if you're the one that did the tag and I was wrong, I'm sorry. All right. So we have 10 questions that I wanted to dip my toe into, if that is a good question. Um, all right. Number one, what were your biggest lessons from 2025? Um, I'll get through this. That was probably my biggest lesson. And I think that's a collective lesson too, that we'll get through this. That seems to be a big theme. My intuition kept saying, stop, stop, stop worrying. You'll get through this. We'll get through this. So I think that's my biggest lesson from 2025. Question number two. What were the most rewarding things that happened to you in 2025? Um, Most rewarding. Many of you know, if you've been watching my videos, that I've gone through quite a crazy last year and a half. Lots of learning, lots of meltdowns, lots of frustration, lots of tears, lots of pulling out my hair, um, not knowing which way to turn. But there were some highlights. And once my mom got out of rehab and I was helping her get reacclimated to being at home, we started with gardening and stuff like that. And I went around and I was looking for, some of the things that we have on her small little property. And she had planted mint and sage and lemon balm. But there was a plant there that she had no idea what it was. And she just thought it was a weed that was going to end up with those little burrs and stuff like that. So she misidentified it, which is very unusual for her. But for this particular plant, she did. And she just kept cutting it down for the last 4 years she's lived in her house, or 5 years she's lived in her house. And well, I took out my handy dandy app and started to identify a lot of the plants that are on her property. And lo and behold, her house is covered on various little areas of her property with mugwort. And I was so excited. And I got to watch it grow and harvest it and dry it and put it in my little jars. I bought jars specially. We were able to harvest the mint. We harvested the lemon balm. She bought some rosemary, so I was able to harvest some rosemary. We harvested the sage, and it was kind of a neat, I guess, pause in my busy life to be able to like actually like watch the plants grow and collect it, harvest it, dry it, and kind of and I've used it. I actually had to have I was having some mouth problems and I made my own tea with the harvested herbs that we had. There was the tea had some, I added some clove and I was able to use our sage that we harvested, which was really cool. So I would probably say that was probably the most rewarding thing. And I still have those herbs, and I'm looking forward to doing that again this year. Number three, what achievements are you most proud of in 2025? I got through it. So my lesson came to fruition. I got through it. I'm still not 100% home, but I I got through it. I got through 2025. And things are starting to get better. And um, I ended up having to get a little bit of surgery on my back. But that's healing really well. My mom's healing really well. We got through. We got through. So that's my biggest achievement. Number four, what is one major shift, evolution, or expansion you experienced in 2025 in your spiritual perspective and or magical practice? Um, I don't know. Well, I guess it would be a major shift. I mean, despite the fact that I actually got through it, um, I realized, and this kind of started at the end of 2024 and went through 2025, is I found so many ways to just use my magic in just a real practical, quick, intentional way. Um, you would think having such a crazy year and a half that I would have had to put all that on the back burner, but I did not actually. I actually used it for everything. I have these Hey Universe statements that I use, and that's pretty much my main form of magic, where I just put it in order to the universe. And it went down to like getting a parking spot, finding clothes to wear, if I needed to go shopping, making sure that what I needed for a particular thing at the house was there. And so I would do these Hey Universe statements every time I wanted a situation to go smoother. And with my mom, because I'm basically her chauffeur until she gets her cataract surgery done on her eyes, she is disabled. So, she needs a walker, she's a cane, all that stuff. So she has a hard time walking. And every time we went shopping, I would give a Hey Universe statement. I would say, we're going to Walmart. We had to get something. So I would do, Hey Universe, what would it take for a parking, handicap parking spot to be open close to the front so my mother didn't have to walk so far and she could, get to the electric cart easily, as if by magic. And every single time there was a spot that opened up within moments of us getting into the parking lot, and she had an easier way. I would do the Hey Universe statements to make sure that if we went shopping, because I would make sure that we would go grocery shopping, whatever, late at night. So the electric carts that are in the stores were always available. And I don't like going during the day because it's like a crapshoot. Is there going to be a cart? Is there not going to be a cart? And on the times that we actually had to shop during the day, I would do a Hey Universe statement. And I was, what would it take for a fully charged, um, you know, electric shopping cart to be available for my mother so she can shop with ease and she can get what she wants to do. And she can look through things and she can browse and she can window shop and she can do all the things that she enjoys to do as if by magic. And every time I did that, there was an electric car fully charged that my mom could use. And so this kind of became a theme. Like I was doing these Hey Universe statements every single day, and magic was surrounding us completely. Now I've used my magic to protect your house, so maybe that's why the mugwort grew. I don't know, but that's been holding. I would, I just would use it everywhere. And if I had to do a simple candle spell, I had my little tea lights, and I have these like they're the one thing that I get at Walmart that I really, really love, and I wish more places would sell it. And they're these large, like large tea lights. I think they last like a good, like your average tea light lasts, well, if you get a small one, it's like an hour and a half. But your typical tea light will last 3 to 4 hours. And these will last 6 to 8. And they're great. And they have a good space to like anoint and put in your herbs and whatever. And so I would use them. And I would use them to bless any new stones I got or any new jewelry I got, or just, while I was there, A dear, 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 dear friend of mine passed away in April, and I was able to honor him with all. I had all my herbs, and I had my 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 oils with me, and I had brought a bunch of stuff with me, and I was able to do a lot of just simple little things that helped. And I think I think this past year has been a huge boost to my actual magical practice, like my actual craft. Between the herbs and between all the Hey Universe statements and between the simple candle spells, and I wasn't in chaos. I mean, if you look at behind me, like my office is a chaotic mess. You can see I got my kind of apothecary right here, but it's just a mess. And me being away for a year and a half, there's so much to do. And my husband's been using this room because there's where he does his virtual personal training things. And it's just been one of those uh it's just I mean, not having the chaos of my house at my mom's house was a benefit. And I hope that I can somehow bring some of that calm that I had, um, because my mom doesn't have as much stuff as I do. um, and, and be able to kind of bring that back. So that's kind of my perspective and how it affected my magical practice in 2025. Question number 5. What favorite new witchy tool did you acquire in 2025 and how did it help your practice? It hasn't helped my practice yet because it's not listening to me yet. I don't know whether it's my own personal blocks, probably is, but I got myself a set of dowsing rods. I'm very excited. But every time I've tried to use them, they haven't quite been working. So I hope that'll change in 2026. We will see. But I was really excited for that. Um, and I think that was it. Yeah, I didn't get any new decks or anything like that. Yeah, it's probably my dowsing rods. That is my favorite witchy tool that I acquired last year, but it has not helped yet because I haven't been able to figure them out. But I'll get there. I promise I'll get there. Um, all right, number 6. What is one transformative experience from this past year that truly shaped you and how you'll carry forward into 2026? Well, I think I just explained that one a lot. Um, just getting through. And I've had to I made some concoctions, but I did that at the end of 2024 where I made like rug sprays. I got very witchy, with my herbs on the stove. I had to make because the house, what, because my mom was ill for a while, and I don't think she knew how ill she was. She was exhausted, and so the house had kind of um she had I she had I think she had this is my take. Um, she's had a few mice that have entered the house, and the cat took care of them, but I think those mice brought fleas, and so her house ended up becoming infested with fleas, and she was so tired all the time, and she didn't know what to do. She tried to get the cat a flea collar, but that wasn't working either. And so when I came in, it was like, all right, let's get my mom to the hospital. Let's get all this stuff taken care of, and let's take care of the cat. Let's take care of the house. So that's kind of how my 2024 ended, where I was just in a month and a half long battle with fleas. And one of the ways that I was able to do that was with herbs. And I was able to, be a kitchen witch in a sense and make home remedies. And then we got, the first thing I did was I got the cat taken care of. We bought him, a Seresto flea collar, which they're the best. As far as I don't like putting chemicals on my animals if I don't have to, but if I have to, then Seresto is the one that I choose because it worked really well when I had my 19-year-old that got fleas from mice. And it didn't have any ill things. And we put it on my mom's cat, and within 24 hours he was comfortable. And that once he was comfortable, then I can attack the house. And it was a month and a half long battle, wearing white socks all the time, spraying myself with bug spray and diatomaceous earth, and making my little rosemary and lemon sprays and all of that stuff. uh, but yeah, it was crazy how, when you get into a situation where you feel so out of control, where you can lean on your craft and, nature to help you get through that. And it wasn't all, roses, obviously. But I was able to kind of lean on the stuff that I had learned, and then once 2025 hit and the fleas were gone, I was able to lean on my craft, in the simplest of ways to help me get through. Um, so I think the whole year was transformative. Okay, number 7. Deck of the year. Which tarot and oracle deck did you feel the most connected to over the past year, and why? Um, Probably my crow tarot. But I have to say, I try to bring in, I have a little pocket Rider Waite. And I was trying to use that, um, especially like towards the end of 2025. I started to really pull in, and because I had calmed down a little bit, my mom was home, things were getting back to normal. So I started pulling out my decks a little bit. And I started learning um, the Rider Waite. But I have to say, towards the end of 2025, I started pulling out my decks, and I started pulling out my pendulum, and I started doing working on my intuition. And I started pulling cards and making my predictions, um, political predictions. And hopefully they all come through. I keep every once in a while I add another one, and I use my pendulum and a pull card or whatever to see what is coming on. So that, so I guess I don't have a deck of the year, but I have used, probably, unfortunately, now I'm using my crow a little bit more, but probably my little pocket Rider Waite, because it was small. I could carry it with me. I could bring it wherever I needed to go. And so even though I was never really, never really felt connected to the Rider Waite. I know, and I've, seen other people tell me, through videos and stuff like that, that the Rider Waite is probably one of the best decks to learn on. Will I continue to use it going forward? I don't know. I mean, I think I might need to get one that is a little bit more artsy, based on the Rider Waite. Like the Crow deck. The Crow, I believe, is based on the Rider Waite, but it is crows, and it's, the crows in the different positions. And I like that better. I don't know what it is about the original Rider Waite. I like it. I'm learning the different parts of it, as you've seen in some of my most recent videos. But yeah, so I guess my pocket Rider Waite. I don't know. I'm just rambling now. But those are my two decks. Those are the two decks that I use the most. 8, pop culture and inspiration. Let's lighten it up. What was your favorite movie or book of 2025 that maybe gave you a little magical spark? Nada. I don't really watch TV. I don't watch movies. I know, odd. I used to be a big TV watcher, but once the pandemic hit, I stopped. I just don't. And even when I was by myself trying to manage my life, when my mom was in rehabs and hospital, I didn't turn on the TV. I just didn't. I Like I said in my fire video, I have a fireplace that I play on my TV that plays music. That's kind of what I do. So there's really not anything that I can think of that sparked anything. I know my husband's trying to push me to watch a couple shows on Netflix. I can't even think of the names of them. One is the it's a bunch of witches, or based on one witch and a journey. I can't remember, something like I don't know. I can't remember it. I don't know. But yeah, no, no answer for that one. Number 9, numerology and new beginnings. What's your personal numerology for 2026? And how do you feel it might guide your path? Um, I don't really know what my numerology is. I've been going, I guess, because I'm Virgo, and I guess Virgo, well, for all of us, really, this year is wickedly transformative for us all. But there's a lot of things that are happening in my chart that are pretty crazy. Let me see if I can find a pen. Do I have a pen? It's my office. I should have a pen or a pencil here somewhere. Um, all right, now I got a pen. Does it work? Does it work? All right, so let's see. What is my number? Let's find a piece of paper. What is my number? So basically I'm going on the 1 year, because that seems to resonate with me because, again, as you remember, I've been in my tower era. Everything is crumbling. And so my um my drive is the new beginnings. So let me see. All right. So I got so I if I'm doing the numbers right, I'm in a 4 year, but I don't know much about that. So I'm gonna stick with the 1 year because I need to build my foundation again. And so I'm going to lead that. So I'm not resonating with my actual numerology for 2026. Um, I'm gonna go with the collective numerology. I'm going to go with the 1 year. I'm going to go with the fire horse. And I'm going to use them to navigate this whole year and get my projects done and, you know, rebuild my life because it has been on hold for at least a year and a half. And then I've been in burnout for almost 3. So it's time. It's time because I did make it through my lesson. Number 10, the final question. Favorite community moment. What's a favorite memory or moment from the sisterhood or the wider community in 2025 that really touched your heart? Um, well, I wasn't really around, so I'm going to answer this question a little bit differently. I'm not sure when I did my first video back, my Where Have I Been video. I will check that right now. I got my iPad over here. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Okay. When was my Where Have I Been video? Where was that? When was that? When was that? When was that? It was 1 month ago. So I guess it's close enough. Um, so what I'm gonna say about that is my favorite thing about this community is it is so welcoming. Um, when I posted that first video, I had so many people in the community welcome me back and make me feel just really kind of good about and I feel like I was connected to something that I had felt so disconnected from for, since October of 2024. And that is my favorite community moment. Maybe it's not quite 2025, but it was really soon after. It was really soon after. So yeah, that's my favorite memory and moment from 2025. because I was gone. And then when I came back, everybody was there. And it's been such a great, I don't want to say it's a comeback. It's never really went anywhere. But I was not very active. I didn't even get to watch a lot of videos because I was so wrapped up in trying to navigate my own mental health and my own um, burnout and my own responsibilities, and then politics. Because believe it or not, and I know this sounds very strange, but I think I said it in one of my other videos. Politics kind of kept me sane because my job is not to convince anybody of anything. My job is not to change your mind. My job is just to make sure the truth is out there. And because I had done so much trigger work in my past, I was able to navigate the horrificness of what's been going on in a way that allowed me to educate people, and I was able to help other people. And I had people jumping into my inbox on Facebook thanking me because they did not know. And I think that gave me a lot of stability. Um, so I was just so wrapped up in watching political videos all year long that I wasn't even able to follow along with the people and the channels that I love so much. And it's been great reconnecting with everybody and starting to watch their videos and see what everybody's doing and where they're going and where they're headed. And I guess 2025 was a rough one for a lot of people, not just me. So yeah, I guess that's my favorite community moment, just the community itself. It's been wonderful, and I'm so grateful to be back. And I love being here. So yeah, there is my threshold 2025 tag. Again, I can't remember who did the tag because, like a silly person, I did not put it in my notes. But I will add it to the description box below so you can check that out. And if you want to join in, join in. I know it's a little late. We're in February already, but hey, Chinese New Year doesn't start for another 2 weeks. So we can still do it, right? Anyway, I need to go and start working on my radio show, which airs tomorrow. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Now I gotta hit this because I'm using my Zoom. Bye, everybody.